So I was watching this video on Queen Afua. She talks about the sacred woman and the sacred womb. And I want to be thoughtful when I say this. I realize that we living in a time of women's empowerment. And just, if we think about this on an even bigger scale, the divine feminine is awakening, coming into consciousness, taking its rightful place. And I look at just this way that this conversation is being packaged and brought forward. Because, Tasha K showed a clip the other day about how some gay men feel like the black women have stole their swag. We hear trans women say this all the time. That black women are stealing from the queer culture. And I don't agree with any of it. I think that we are all whole. There are some beings who was born with vaginas who do not resonate with any of these things that have traditionally been viewed as sacred femininity or divine femininity. Like, there are some beings that just don't have that connection. It's a frequency, it's an energy, it's a place where your spirit rests and your spirit reside, and that's not determined by genitalia, in my opinion. So I think both sides are wrong. I think that the blueprint or the purple print is the divine. That's that being that never split from itself. That's that being who is not only whole mentally, but whole physically. And perhaps that being does not exist on the physical plane. But then again, I guess, hermaphroditic beings or intersex beings could be an example of that, especially if there were intersex beings who were capable of impregnating themselves, which I really think is possible. So if we are talking about what the blueprint is, the blueprint would definitely be an intersex person. Amen, a woman. Like the purple print would definitely be someone who had both organs, both sexual organs, and was fully in touch with both their male and female side, with the capability to reproduce parthenogenically without necessarily having to lay with anyone else in order to procreate. But then again, we could create in other ways. But the reason why I made this video is because I was watching Queen Afua, and I think she has this book called The Sacred Womb. And while I definitely feel like the vagina is a portal that is able to bring life here, I think that there's healing properties there. I think it's a stargate for youth, because you come through that womb, youthful. You come through that womb reborn, rebirth, reincarnated. Let's be clear. When we talk about, this is my struggle with the whole holistic teachings. People who bottom, people who get penetrated, people who have anal sex, and trans men are vulnerable when it comes to getting sour dick. Dick that's got something mentally wrong with it, emotionally wrong with it, spiritually wrong with it. Dick that's not eating properly, dick that's not taking care of itself, dick that's on the wrong frequency. Like, the vagina is not just vulnerable to rotten dick. Like rotten dick can poison the booty hole as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why we got so many people around here that got HIV from anal sex. So the booty hole might not be sacred. The booty hole may not be a portal for life. But let's be clear. In Lay Lim Lay Lur, we honor life and death. The booty hole is waste. It's the waste that you process out. Now the vagina, it pushes out life. Also, it can push out, some dead stuff with the blood. The dead eggs and all that. So the vagina can be a portal for both death and life. Meanwhile, the booty hole is just a gateway for waste, which is death. Bacteria. But this is the thing. That death that come from that booty hole can be fertilizer. If the person is eating right, if they eating healthy, cow dookie is fertilizer. You know what I'm saying? So dookie, feces, even in death, there's life. So while the booty hole, and I feel like the booty hole is kind of slept on a little bit. I'm definitely not a person who's like crazy about anal sex. I be trying to move away from it and avoid it and dodge it as much as I can. But the booty hole, it has a purpose. And if you could get that booty hole right, eat right and be healthy with your GI, get your GI tract and your intestines and all that, dookie don't even have to stink. It don't even have to stink. I be so proud when my stool come out the way that it's supposed to come out and it don't stink. Because that lets me know that I'm taking care of my body the way that I need to. And I think a lot of times we talk about the vagina because of its ability to create beings who could come here and consume and work and entertain and distract. We praise the vagina for its ability to do that, but we don't acknowledge the power of the dookie. The magical mushrooms that help to open up our brain, they grow in cow dookie. A lot of times the fertilizer that we use to make plant food grow, dookie. A lot of the plants that feed us and that grow, it comes from waste and decay. So waste and decay provides the ingredients necessary to give us life. My God is God today. Waste and decay. Waste and decay. They return to the earth. A natural recycling happens so that new life can be cultivated. Well, not new life. So that reincarnated life can be cultivated. And so I wanted to, have this conversation really briefly because this is the age of the booty hole. And because we're in this women's empowerment season and in this realizing of the divine feminine aspect. There's a lot of conversations happening that are centering women who use their vagina in relationships with men, men who were born with penises in particular. And every time we think about beings being vulnerable, we often highlight our womb bearers who is getting that penis in their vagina. But I think it's important to talk about those beings who getting dug out in their ass, Cause I ain't gonna lie, I would love to get my booty hole, my anal cavity, to the place to where my fecal matter, my waste, could actually be fertilizer for a garden. Like, it can still have so much nutrients and minerals in it. Like they say, you could use your urine, you could actually drink your urine and use your urine to heal yourself. Well, I would like my poo shooter, my dung hole, to be able to poop out a product that could actually be beneficial to agriculture. And I think back in the day, before we was, acting like coke dealers and stepping on our food like a coke dealer step on drugs. Like, if we could get back to that day before everything was being stepped on, you understand me? The food was being stepped on and things. Like they step on crack. Like they step on heroin. Just a marching band and ran over our food. If we could get back to that, because I think our ancestors, they had some quality poop. At one time, the booty hole was probably the sacred booty hole, the sacred ass. And I think if we could get to this place of not just seeing our booty hole as a trash can, but seeing our booty hole, seeing what comes out of our booty hole as having the potential to be a fertilizer, having the potential to nourish plant life, having the potential to feed the insects and the bugs, that enrich the soil with their poop. Hey man, hey woman. If only our shit could be valuable to more than just the flies. My God is God today. So we got to start treating our booty hole like it's sacred, and be paying attention to what we put into our body, allowing to pass through our body. And this is something that I'm working on. I'm telling you, it's a constant work. It's a struggle. But we got to be conscious about what we put into our body. We got to be conscious about the dicks that goes in it, not just in our booty hole. I mean, not just in our vagina, but the dicks that go in our booty hole. Yeah. The ones that go in there, and what we put in our mouth, that's going to come out through our booty hole. The foods we put in our mouth, that's going to come out through the booty hole. Amen, they want me. So, that's pretty much the gist of this live. I ain't got too much more. I just wanted to to talk about that, because we are in the age of where everybody won't have anal sex. You know, everybody, they love it. Everybody want to eat your ass from the back, and you know, everybody want to run up in your booty hole. Child, booty hole just became a way, you know. The young white girls was getting done in their booty. The young Caucasian girls was getting done in their booty as a means of birth control. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll get they virgin broken anally before they get it broken vaginally, because they didn't want to, you know, have no babies. So anal sex is the real thing for a lot of people, a man, a woman. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit today. You know, the womb is sacred, very important. But what you put in your ass and what you put in your mouth is important too. What you put in your mouth come out through your ass and gotta go back to the earth. It's just like what we be feeding these dogs. How they dookie just sit on top of the grass. Like, don't even work like fertilizer. Just sit on top of the grass. I don't think dookie used to be like that. I think dookie used to be something you put it in the earth, like everything serve a purpose. And I just can't believe dookie feces have always been like that. You know, I think when we eat what we were supposed to eat, and when we took good care of our bodies and we was eating healthy, I think that dookie could go right in the hole in the ground, and the worms and all that was in the earth will go to maneuvering through that dookie, getting still able to get that fruit and that vegetable, you know, them nutrients that was left, and use that and that be a part. But everything just so stepped on, you know. Yeah, I mean, even us as human beings, we stepped on. You know, we are far cry from the human beings that walked the earth before we were doing all of this stuff. The world, you know, manipulating things, manipulating the food and the information that we get, and you know, yeah, we some stepped on human beings. You know, everything been stepped on. We think just the drugs been stepped on, but everything been stepped on. Amen, a woman. That's all I got. I love y'all. Which means I'm a child of God. Goddess. And if I am, you know you are. Later.